Boom 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 doo 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 doo. Boom 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 doo 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 doo. Boom 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 doo 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 doo. Doo 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 doo. Hello, hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is on your time zone, on your city, or wherever you are watching us. Well, thanks for watching SpeedGaming Live 2021 Marathon. I'm GhostSenpai. And now let's start with some vlogs from myself to everybody who are watching right now the marathon. And we're gonna be starting with Pepsi, man. Kids and Present. This is a classic marathon game, and I appreciate that I am able to showcase this run here on SpeedGaming Live 2021 Marathon. It's always a pleasure to run this game, and I know that a lot of people like to watch good sense, and that's what we're gonna be doing on a bit. So before I can start a run, I need to load a clean file. So, the show needs to begin, right? Okay, I'm gonna be making a countdown from 5, just to give some emotion to this. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm gonna be trying to don't skip the cutscenes. Because usually for runs I used to do any percent, and hopefully I have never skipped the cutscenes every time that I run this. So let's put attention.
Oh, Pepsiman, you got here just at the perfect time. I got a call that a vending machine ahead ran out of Pepsi, and I was just on my way there when I got a flat tire. There are a bunch of people gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi. And the word is that they're just about to riot. I plan to head over there as soon as I can fix this flat. But it looks like it's gonna take some time. Can't you do something, Pepsiman?
Alright, so what has happened here? Okay, let me explain you really quick. Looks like the only Pepsi vehicle, the only Pepsi truck that is on the city, got a flat tire. The driver of it doesn't know how much time it's gonna take to him to replace that flat tire. Doesn't know how many times it's gonna take to him to fix it, so we need to do something that Pepsiman is able to do. That is just to refresh people with some Pepsis, because the only vending machine on the city doesn't have Pepsis, and people wanna get their Pepsis, they wanna get refreshed, so we need to help this guy and help those people who wanna get refreshed. So well, this game is divided in 4 stages. Okay, first hit, but I'm gonna take it, not like a big deal. And the game has 4 stages, each stage has 3 sections. Consider that as sense, and I failed into doing these countless. I was trying to get no cans, because when you finish a stage with at least 1 can, there's gonna be a can counter, and it's gonna play a jingle for a new record achieved with the amount of Pepsi cans achieved. And that makes to lose 2 seconds, but it's gonna be fine anyways. I don't consider this as a big problem anyways. Well, this is not the vending machine that Pepsiman needs to reveal. This is an exclusive vending machine for Pepsiman, so well, I guess we need to wait a little bit before we're able to watch really the real vending machine that we need to feel, or at least where the people is getting mad and want their Pepsis. It just looks like this is not the Pepsi vending machine we are looking for. And let's talk about the speed movement, the speed techniques, because yes, Pepsiman has speed strats. You're gonna be watching that I'm dashing and jumping. This technique has no name in particular, but basically dashing is the fastest way that you have to move. And for some reason, when you jump, the game pushes you a bit forward, so mixing both dashing and jumps will help us to move slightly faster. And now, learn something, Tony Hawk, because we enter into the Pepsiman Pro Skater section. This was released before Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I think. So with that, we can get an idea about who is a real pro skater. And also, this is an insta-kill section. I need to be careful because if I receive damage on the skateboard section, that's gonna be an insta-kill, and I'm just gonna need to start the stage again. And here we have all the people who are about to riot, based on the speech we got on the cutscene. You know, Pepsiman had refreshed all these people who looks like they come from Street Fighter 2 to the Pepsiman universe. And if I'm honest with everybody, I will do the same and I go to this universe. And now, the day has been saved. I bet that really hurt. And we have the first boss stage. Well, anyways, this is another auto-scroller. Unfortunately, there's no way to optimize this. It's gonna be taking like a full minute. So, what do we need to do here is that, first of all, I don't need to do what I have done here. That was to receive damage. Because if you receive damage, you're gonna get closer to the Pepsi again. And the closer you get, the less time to react you're gonna be having. But the good thing about this first stage is that this is not so complicated. Even I can receive another damage and I can complete this without problems. The problems begin with the other similar stages we're going to be watching later on the run. We just need to skip all of these elements and we're gonna be done with that, and that was the first stage of the game. And now we need to put attention again to the next wonderful cutscenes that we're gonna be having for the next stage. But please, let's appreciate these masterpieces of acting.
You're doing pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you, random American citizen.
Have a Pepsi. Next stage.
And unfortunately, I have run out of Pepsis because I decided to drink my last Pepsi on my breakfast. And after that, I noticed that that was a really big mistake. So, unfortunately, there's no Pepsi for me here during the run. But let's enjoy this.
Pepsiman! There's a building on fire just ahead. We need to get there immediately, but look what's happened! According to reports I have heard, they got the fire under control, but there are some people that couldn't escape fast enough and are trapped on the roof. They are extremely exhausted, and it doesn't seem likely that we can get first aid to them in time. Can't you give them something to help revive them, Pepsiman?
And also, I forgot that this is a Pepsiman game. Well, this is the Pepsiman game, and Pepsiman has a really broken English. And my English is not perfect, but I will try to do something I haven't done in a long time, which is to try to speak English with my accent, because I'm Mexican, so if I try to speak English like a Mexican, I will be sounding like this. And I consider that this will be the best combination for it, right? Because I really got used to change my accent when I speak English, but let's say, okay, this is a Pepsiman run. Let's do Pepsiman things, right? Because now we are on this barrel section where it's another insta-kill section on the stage, but this is not like a big problem. This is really easy to complete. And also, for some reason, well, not for some reason, sometimes I used to mess up things, so what I'm gonna be doing is that I'm gonna be getting as much Pepsi cans as I can in some ports. It's supposed that cutscene % it's a mix with any percent without skipping cutscenes. This was called any person plus cutscenes because this was considered mostly as a marathon only category, but then some people were requesting that that this category needed to be added, so the category at the end was added to the leaderboard. At the beginning it was considered as a missed category, but now it's one of the main ones, and it's really interesting how far we can get in the speedrunning community. And believe it or not, there's a speedrunning community for Pepsiman. And now that we have completed this stage, I'm gonna be making a little summary about what we have at least on the first cutscene, because I was really distracted with trying to break my English pronunciation. I forgot to talk about this. So what happened here is that there was a building that was caught on fire, and I bet that's gonna hurt Pepsiman also. And while the fire is under control, looks like firefighters are gonna take some extra time in order to save the people from the building. And yes, there's a problem with the game. Sometimes the game can drop your inputs for your momentum. So in that case, I was trolled by the game, and at the end, I wasn't able to. Yeah, I wasn't able to move correctly. So in order to optimize your movements here, you need to time properly your dashings and jumps. Unfortunately, here on 2-2, it's a bit tricky to try to time properly your movements, because when your dashing finishes, you can lose your momentum if you jump or if you don't move properly. So there are some frames where you cannot dash again, and there's a chance that you can lose your momentum. So if you don't time that properly, what is going to happen is that simply you're going to be failing like that, that hit that I got at the beginning of the stage, and also that I got. I don't need these things right now, but I'm going to be catching some Pepsi cans just to refill my amount of lives to what I was getting at the beginning, because hits and percent, as I said before, is any person plus cutscenes, and any person is just to try to avoid as many Pepsi cans as you can, and I was really aware that was going to happen, because in these sections where you have big holes, you need to time properly your dashings, otherwise what is going to happen is what I have got there, that I have lost my momentum and I wasn't able to reach the next section without problems. And yes, people were exhausted, but Pepsiman needs to do whatever he's able to do on a better way. And I forgot to catch another Pepsi cans, because when you finish complete stage, for every 25 Pepsi cans you have, the game is gonna give you an extra life, and I forgot to catch another 10 cans, because I don't used to die on these sections of marathons. I used to die later on the game, and I tried to sell that like if that really sounded good, but that was not the case. And well, that was a mistake for my side, because unfortunately I haven't got any extra life, and I need to get 2 extra lives here because I have died twice. Something good about the game is that if you die, you can continue wherever you have died. The only problem is that you start from the beginning of the stage, so that's not gonna be like an intelligent move. So for example, if for some reason I just have 1 life here, I may die at the beginning of 3-1, and then I reload the game, and that's gonna be everything, but this is not the case. Okay, 2-2, it's a bit tricky sometimes. Well, for the newcomers in the game, this can be like a complicated stage, because there are more elements on the screen, so try to avoid all of them can be a real problem. Something good is that those elements are on the same place over time, so there's no RNG on this game. This is really good for speedruns, because we don't have stuff RNG related here. Everything is based on cycles.
Pepsi for TV game.
And Pepsi for TV game. Remember that, people. Okay, 3-1. Obviously, we have beaten a half of a game. We have 4 stages, so let's put attention to the plot, to the mission that we have to do here on level 3.
A plane full of passengers had to make an emergency landing in the desert. We were on our way there when the helicopter broke down. Fortunately, no one was hurt or killed, but in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the desert, and they are all exhausted. Another helicopter is on the way, but it looks like it's going to take some time. Isn't there anything we can do to help them until that helicopter arrives?
Okay, so based on what we have to listen to, we got an emergency landing from an airplane. Nobody was hurt or killed, and we are fine, right? We just need to do something while help is on the way, and I got trolled by the stage, which is not bad at all. It's gonna be a bit bad since this may change my route a little bit. Okay, it's fine that I have received damage on that way, because those trailers are insta-kill. So I'm gonna be doing this a bit safe just to avoid this. Okay, I can keep going without problems. So I need to be Careful here, I really knew it. Okay, I was trying to make something called truck skip there, but I failed in a really awful way. Okay, looks like my controller is trolling me, so now it's time to play safe because otherwise I'm gonna die again and I'm on my last life, so I need to be really careful. So I'm gonna be catching some Pepsi cans because every 10 Pepsi cans you get on the stage, your health gets refilled. And when the Pepsi logo is really tiny like that, and at the same time it's flashing, that's a signal that if you receive another hit, you're gonna die. Also, you can make sometimes some swag slides. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. The swag slides are when you get those pieces of wood on the... Well, you can slide on those lower ones because it's supposed that those are intended to make you jump, to make Pepsiman jump. But if you make your slide on a perfect timing, with a good timing, you're gonna be able to glide over them. So that's a swag slide. Okay, 50 Pepsi can. That should be enough for the stage. I mean, with the dashing, you can avoid those guys on a motorbike that for some reason are mad with Pepsiman. But sometimes some of them are troll for me, so I prefer just to move to the left and the right. Because I don't feel confident anymore with myself trying to avoid those guys. This one. Now, since I finished with this stage with more than 50 Pepsi cans, that means that I'm gonna be getting 2 extra lives. And also, the most Pepsi cans you get, the most time you're gonna be losing. But since this is a marathon, it's fine. I have all of these stuff considered into my estimate. And let's keep going, right? Now, 3-2, this is where the more complicated sections can begin, or also the most trolling sections. So I'm gonna be moving here. At the beginning it's likely safe because sometimes those would like to troll me. And also sometimes I don't do the jumps. I'm mostly used to make the slides. Sorry, just to make the dashing. It's fine anyways, considering that you're still moving faster. But I'm trying to do this mostly to be a bit safe. And now another insta-kill section. And there are problems here because we have some small bridges, so there's also a high chance that you can fall down there. The previous one was the complicated. This last one used to be the more easiest from everything. And well, there we go. Now we're on the mine section. Here we're gonna be having a lot of Pepsi cans, and again I'm gonna be getting two lives. So I'm gonna be trying to catch 50 Pepsi cans. I thought for a moment that I was gonna die. I'm not lying about it. I thought for a moment that I have lost all my momentum. And yes, well, it's fine anyway because once I were close to that section, there was a chance that I have lost my momentum. I also prefer to don't dash here in order to be safe, because if you get hit when you are dashing, you get pushed back by a lot. So on those minecart sections, if you dash and you don't move properly to skip those minecarts, you're gonna be pushed back so much. And since there were some holes, there was a chance that if I got hit, I was gonna be back there. So, well, we reached the plane and we refreshed the people because they are in the middle of the desert. Here is so hot, so they need to get refreshed, right? In order to don't feel thirsty. And if up to this point you haven't found any logic on the game, guess what? You're not gonna be able to find it. I have told that, I have mentioned that, and well, try to find some logic with this, because I cannot find nothing. Also, I consider this as the most hardest stage from all boss stages, because sometimes elements can get mixed really easy, but again, all stuff spawns on the same time, And what I used to do here is that I use some sound cues based on the music. I made myself an idea about where the elements are gonna be spawning. And also, you don't, when you wanna learn the game, you don't need to try to get used to all of these things all the time. I mean, you don't need to remember exactly when all elements are gonna spawn. You're just gonna get used really easy. You're not gonna remember exactly which things spawns at which moments, but you get the idea, right, about what I'm trying to say. This is not something complicated, and yes, Pepsi's for logic. I know, my friend, so we have another reminder from this amazing guy on the cutscenes.
Pepsi for pizza.
Pepsi for pizza. Right now I want a pizza that it's really early, and there are no pizza places open at this hour of the morning in my town. And well, that's good, and I'm not gonna explain this.
It looks like the main computer of Pepsi City went out of control a little while ago from being overloaded. All the roads are affected by the computer and we can't move ahead. There isn't enough Pepsi for everyone, and violence has flared up amongst those wanting Pepsi. Exhausted people are collapsing because they can't refresh themselves with Pepsi. If it continues like this, there will be a worldwide shortage of Pepsi, and we'll have a real problem. Can't you do something to put the computer back in working order?
And well, I guess that up to this point, we got something very clear, and that's that the world's gonna be on a big problem if we run out of Pepsis. Okay, I feel I was trying to make the truck skip here. There's a chance that I die. Okay, I made this like the save, so I haven't died. That was good. Okay. I feel bad because I failed the truck skips and I was practicing those. But it's fine, it's fine. Truck skips are not easy. Are not easy strats here in the game, so I'm fine like that. Also, for some reason on these sections with these Pepsi cans, your controls get inverted, so if I press left, I'm gonna be going to the right, and if I press right, I'm going to the left, and well, you get the main idea of what I'm trying to say. And I'm gonna be gaining an extra life, because why not? As I try to do this stages in a countless way, it's kinda complicated sometimes. And also, these sections are really troll when you're dashing and jumping, so I prefer this safe and don't apply the strat like this. But well, unfortunately I got a drop input there, because I'm pressing the up button, because you need to press up and square in order to be able to dash. But it's fine, I got an extra lap, so I'm gonna be getting also another extra lap because I got 25 Pepsi cans. That's gonna be good because there's another complicated section of the next stage. That casually talking, that's the place where a lot of people uses to die a lot. Casually talking. But I should not have problems there, but otherwise I have some extra laps to give it a try again, and hopefully nothing bad is gonna happen. My PB in this category is 2602. I don't practice so much kills in percent. I only go for any percent, which my PB is 19 minutes and 58 seconds. And also, we are on the Pepsi factory. And this is by far the hardest stage of the game. There's a good amount of sections where you can optimize your movements and time on this stage. I got a little bong there. Also the pipe section, this is another complicated section of the game because the camera doesn't help to you a lot, so when you begin running this you need to get associated with all the elements that you're going to be watching here. Because as we are going to be watching right now, sometimes the camera doesn't focus properly where do you need to move. And game, what's my slide? Okay, I'm not gonna be dashing here because we have here a lot of elements and I'm low on health. Okay, and this is the last section. It doesn't matter if I don't I don't feel my health because this is the insta-kill section I was talking about. So I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna be getting quiet just because I wanna get focused. Because we have some tight walls on a bit. There we go, first attempt, that was really good. Because that's a really complicated section. I have seen a lot of streamers playing this game for the first time and they used to get stuck on this stage for like 3 to 5 hours, and I'm not lying when I say that this is really complicated. So there's a joke on the community that says that if you are able to complete this stage, you have learned 50% of the run. And we are not lying when we said that. And now, Pepsiman has saved the day. Or maybe not? Okay. Very last stage of the game. Again, this is another auto-scroller. This is gonna take a minute and another seconds if I don't die. And well, the time is gonna finish once the game turns into the widescreen mode, which is gonna be when we see the black bars at the top and bottom of the stream. Okay, that was my bad, because when I receive a hit here, that means that there's a good chance that I mess up and I receive another hit. And with 2 hits, this turns into something really awful. So hopefully nothing bad is gonna happen, and yes, something bad happened, but I bet that you like this song, so we're gonna be listening to it from the beginning again. Because who doesn't love Pepsi and Pepsiman? And this is not complicated at all. But as you have noticed, the speed of the small Pepsi cans are different, so that is why this is mostly like a challenge to complete, rather than being difficult. Yeah, at this point it doesn't matter if I receive damage. I'm gonna finish in a bit, and time! And that was Pepsiman for SGLive. And now we need to enjoy the last cutscene of the game before we can move forward on the rest of the marathon.
You got it! Yeah! Yeah! Pepsi! Pepsi. Only my choice.
And well, that was Pepsiman, my first run of the marathon. But don't worry, I know that everybody likes Pepsiman and wanna watch more Pepsiman action. So we need to keep an eye on the marathon because there's gonna be an interesting run that we're gonna be watching on a little bit. This is another Pepsiman game. We can consider this as a kind of unofficial sequel because this is mostly like a fun game that has some interesting stuff that I will mention during the run. And now, okay, now we have finished with the run. I can stop pretending that I'm trying to remember how to speak Mexican English. Talking about Daisy. And I will say that that's not healthy, but when I was a foreign student in the university, my apartment was like that. So I cannot say anything about this. And well, this was Pepsiman. I really hope that you have enjoyed the run, and I apologize with everybody if you haven't enjoyed my English season, but sometimes I need to be mostly Pepsiman. And well, keep tuning the marathon. We're gonna be watching another special game in a bit called Pepsiman: The Forbidden. So keep tuning.